Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. And in today's video, we are going to be continuing My Hero Academia Heroes of the Morphing Grid, the Psycho Wars arc, What If Deku Was a Power Ranger, Part 14. However, before we get into the video of the day, I want to take the time to say thank you to all of the fans here on PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. As you all know, May 4th is the anniversary for when I did my first story here on PowerCore Productions, that being What If Naruto Was in High School DxD. It was the first story that I've done, and since then we've spawned off to do many stories since that you all have come to know and love over the years. Today is the 3-year anniversary, so before we get into the video, again, I just want to take the time to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who has taken the time to join the PowerCore family, who takes times out of your day, no matter where you are around the world, to listen to my videos, to listen to my stories, and just hear what I have to say. Truly, I am grateful to all of you, and as I've said from the very beginning, you make the channel grow, you make the core grow. And I hope for another year of success, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the 4th anniversary is going to have for us in the future. But in the meantime, I hope you'll be enjoying today's story, as it's one of the earlier ones I did on my channel, and one of the stories that helped put us on the map. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. As always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. This was something that wasn't expected. The villains? When did they get Ranger powers? Hawks couldn't have time to fully analyze everything that was going on. He was only thankful that he had managed to bring a Ranger of his own. Monoma from Class 1B, who had inherited the power of the Alien Ninja Ranger powers. Alien Ninja Ranger Red, to be more specific. He had managed to use his sword, spinning it around, creating a fan of wind, blocking away the flames and keeping Hawks from being burnt as badly as he could have been. While he didn't lose all of his feathers, he still didn't have enough to fly. As crafty as ever, Hawks, Dobby would say. You're one to talk. When the hell did you get Ranger powers? Wouldn't you like to know? You just killed my friend in cold blood. Someone that really cared about you, and yet all you're focused on is what I can do? If you want to know so badly, why don't you come and find out? Stand behind me, Hawks. Right now, I'm the only one that can face him. You think so? You might be a Ranger, but we both know that this power only enhances one's quirks and abilities. And I know for a fact that you don't have anything that can match the flames I put out. Oh yeah? Well, why don't you try me? The two Rangers would engage in combat, Hawks trying to find a moment to intervene. However, Dobby was making sure to keep him at a distance. Tell me, I know you're probably a student at UA. You really that brainwashed to allow them to use you like this? I'm a hero, and I won't let you villains do what you want. Hero? That's what you think you are? No, there are no real heroes in this world. You're nothing more but monsters, a plague on society. I should know. After all, if you knew who I truly was, where I came from, you wouldn't look up so high and mightily to your number one, now would ya, Hawks? Or how about you? You go to that fancy school? You figure yourself a hero? I'll tell you what, can you still be a hero when there's nothing left? when everything's been taken from you? Dabi looked closer into Monoma. How about I go to your precious little school where all your friends run around without a care in the world? And how about I make you watch while I burn each and every single one of them until they're nothing but ash? Monoma would kick him back angrily as he stood ready for a fight. You come anywhere near my friends, and I swear, I will kill you. Killing, huh? I didn't think a hero was supposed to kill. If you keep pushing me, you're gonna find out. Kid, Hawks would say, you need to calm down and steady yourself. Don't let him rile you up. I know. I'm trying to keep myself under control, Hawks. Really, I am. But seriously, I know. When you listen to what these guys say, sometimes it can be more than what you might have expected. They have their own views and their own philosophies and their rhetoric. You can't let it get to you. Right now, we just have to stay focused on surviving. Surviving? That's funny. You talk like you're gonna live to see tomorrow. Nah. Dabi held both his hands together as a large amount of blue flame started to be emitted. You ain't gonna live to see tomorrow. Not after I'm through with you. Hawks, take cover! Monoma would move in front of Hawks and move them out of the way. Tokoyami, seeing them flying out of the window of the broken building, blue flames jetting out. Tokoyami would use Dark Shadow to grab them both and carry them to safety. You! Tokoyami, Hawks, and Monoma, I assume. Yeah, I didn't expect Class 1A to be here. Save it, Hawks would say. As they arrived, Fat Gun would point them in the way of a medical station where they could be treated. Hawks mostly, Monoma to be by his side. In the meantime, Endeavor would arrive in the underground facility of the hospital to back up Mirko and Shinso. Mirko was grateful for the backup, especially the young ranger here, seeing as how he had saved her from losing an arm and a leg. Endeavor and the other pros would look to detain the Nomu, while Mirko and Shinso would move deeper into the labs. Dr. Garaki, now left at the pod where Shigaraki was still recovering. He couldn't hold him back any longer. He attempted to enter into his ooze state. However, a swift kick from Mirko was enough to take him out. Mirko would give Shinso the full go-ahead as he went with his sword, slicing through the pod and opening it, freeing Shigaraki, who lied on the ground hapless. No! No! Master! No, it can't be. It wasn't supposed to be this way. No. All my hard work, all of everything that I've put into it, all of it for nothing. Sheesh, this is one dumb old man, Mirko would say. But good work, Shinso. Yeah, you alright? I'm in tip-top shape and ready to go. Now that we've got the doctor, we need to hurry up and get out of here. Right. They would join with the other heroes as they worked to get from under the ground, looking to try to hold off the Nomu and to find their way to escape. Of course, as the doctor was carried off, he only continued and spoke to himself. Everything he had worked for, all of his accomplishments and achievements, everything was all left for nothing. One hero was left behind to deal with the body of Shigaraki, believing that the boy was dead since there wasn't really any heartbeat coming from him at all. However, if that's what he believed, as he touched onto the boy's chest, only to feel a cold hand grip his face as he decayed into nothing. In his brief moment, he was surely mistaken. Tomura Shigaraki had awoken. And not only that, but a secret pod that was hidden inside the lab would open up as well. A pod that could only be activated once Shigaraki had awoken here in this moment. As he did so, he reached to the pod, picking up what was inside. So, this is what they use, huh? Well, the time has come. I'm done being rejected. Tomura could hear a voice in his head, a voice beckoning him, telling him, imploring for him to move forward. Something he was supposed to go after. Something he was supposed to do. In the meantime, among the other heroes who were doing evacuation, Deku, Todoroki, Bakugo, Ida, and Uraraka, along with a few other members from Class 1A, were working with the evacuation team, helping those in the city area to escape. They were using their Zords to get them to and from in safely manner. Uraraka, using the Pterodactyl Zord, was able to fly off and carry as many as needed, along with Todoroki with the Mastodon. Of course, not many were too thrilled about getting inside of the Tyrannosaurus, but Bakugo ordered for them to do so anyway, and Izuku helping others in the Dragon Zord, while Ida used the Triceratops Zord to help in the evacuation as well. Everything was going fine and smoothly, until Izuku could hear a voice in his head. He's coming. He will soon awaken. Calamity. You must stop him. Izuku tried to figure out where that voice was coming from, only to realize that it was the voice of the first user of One for All. The first, Izuku thought. He hadn't heard his voice in some time, but what could he mean by this? It was in that moment that it would become clear. Endeavor and the other heroes would race outside of the hospital immediately, as the ground and everything around them started to dissipate, as if it were all being destroyed in an instant. Off in the distance, the heroes could see what was coming, Endeavor warning for everyone to evacuate as quickly as possible. Seeing this, Izuku and the others knew what they had to do. There was no time to waste. It's morphin' time! Dragon Zord, Tyrannosaurus, Triceratops, Mastodon, Pterodactyl! The 5 Rangers would all morph, Izuku telling the others to fall back as he raced forward. One for all, 40%, full cowling! Izuku would deliver a high-pressured smash to counter the wave of destruction coming towards them. However, all it did was momentarily slow it down. Todoroki would follow close behind, the Black Ranger slapping his left hand to the ground. Heavenly Ice Wall! A large wall of ice would counter the large wave attack. As they did so, they could see that the destruction was coming from the ground zero that was the hospital. Shigaraki, using a communication device, would speak to Makishima, the giant villain hiding within the mountain hideout, telling him that it was time to destroy every hero he saw on the surface. As a rumbling under the mountain hideout could be felt, a power that lingered underneath was now beginning to emerge. In the meantime, as the battle on the mountain hideout resumed, Dabi would join with Mr. Compress, who had now morphed into his Psycho Blue Ranger form. So, Dabi, it seems you've gone into your Psycho mode as well. I felt the tremor. Splinter seems to have done the same. Where's Toga? She's down there. She hasn't taken Twice's death well at all. She's going on a rampage, destroying any and every hero in her path. As the villains were now beginning their countermeasures, Endeavor would call for backup. In the meantime, as he continued to try to hold his own against Shigaraki, who only pushed him back before lifting his hand. What is... You heroes. The first one, right off the bat. Well, here's something I bet you didn't see coming. Psycho Ranger power. Psycho Ranger Green. A green aura now shimmered around Shigaraki as he transformed into the Green Psycho Ranger. What? Endeavor would think. Ranger powers. So the reports, they weren't made up. But how? How the hell did they get a hold of that kind of technology? Back at the Ground Zero base at UA High, All Might and Alpha would hear the news. Watching from a satellite of what was happening, they couldn't believe it. Ooh, this is terrible. I can't believe it. The Psycho Rangers. The Psycho Rangers, All Might would say. I read a file about them from your databanks, but we weren't supposed to have other Rangers in this world. Where did they come from? Shigaraki would now begin his assault. Through the comms, it could be heard. He was looking for something. One for all. One for all. There you are. The other pro heroes had no idea what was going on. What was one for all? What did Shigaraki mean by that? However, all of the Rangers, they knew. And all 5 of them there looked at Deku. You see, the Rangers worked closely with All Might. When All Might gave up his quirk, all the Rangers were in the loop about this. So even if all of Class 1A weren't aware, the Rangers that were knew. And Deku knew. I'm the one. I'm the one he's after. Deku would get the coordinates for Shigaraki and he could confirm it. He was coming towards him. Immediately, Deku would use Black Whip to hop into the air, Bakugo and Todoroki following behind them. Before leaving, however, they threw their power coins back towards the others, Uraraka and Ida. With the power coins, you can use them to control our Zords. Use them to evacuate the citizens and get them out of here. But, Deku, Uraraka would say, we'll be fine. Just get the citizens as far away as you can. Use the Zords and get them to safety. Hurry! Both Ida and Uraraka would do just so. Todoroki and Bakugo following behind Izuku. You guys, what are you? We're not gonna leave you on your own, Izuku, Todoroki would say. Yeah, and I still gotta get even with that multi-hand bastard for what he did to me and Melissa. Because of him, because of these villains, All Might lost his power, and I'm gonna make him regret it. For now, the 3 young heroes would work, coordinating to get as far away as they could. Izuku working alongside with them to throw Shigaraki off the trail. It seems like he has a way of following me, Izuku would say. The best thing we can do for now is to get him as far away from the citizens. In the meantime, Todoroki would speak to his father, telling him of what was happening, not fully revealing the secret of One for All, but at the very least to keep track of Shigaraki, knowing that they would be the ones that he were after. Izuku more specifically. Endeavor didn't like being left in the dark and not knowing the full details of the situation. At the very least, if Shigaraki were a ranger, then maybe he was going after other rangers as well? That seemed to make the most sense to him, even though he didn't fully understand It was more so about One for All than about other Ranger powers. For now, the other pro heroes that could fight worked to try to attack on Shigaraki. Mr. Aizawa, otherwise known as Eraserhead, would be helped out of the damage of the hospital, with Manual and Rocklock by his side. "A Ranger?" Mr. Aizawa would say. "Damn, maybe I should have kept the power after all." Mirko and Shinso would arrive with him. "You alright, Master?" "I'll be fine. Shinso, I want you to go and help the other Rangers." "Understood. I'll buy you some time with what I can do." "Are you sure that was wise?" Mirko would say. "I have a deep feeling that we're going to need all the help that the Rangers can give us. For now, his best bet is to join up with the others." Shinso, in his Ninja Ranger form, would jump from rooftop to rooftop as he got the coordinates from the others. While the comms between the heroes were down, the comm links among the Rangers were still working. Todoroki would tell Shinso their location as he quickly followed behind them. In the meantime, Gran Torino would arrive as well to find the green, red, and black Ranger huddled together. "So, the mighty Power Rangers. Your evacuation plan worked good. You'll definitely make great heroes. Although I imagine if you're all here with the boy, then you must know about the secrets of One for All." "Yeah, we're aware. I figured. For now, our best bet is to keep you guys out of the loop." "What? But we didn't come here just to do nothing," Izuku would say. "That's not the point. Shigaraki is the student of All for One, and it's said that he has the ability to use multiple quirks. You know what that means. If he's targeting you, it means he's coming after One for All. But you should leave it to the pros. Even if he is a Ranger, we can still take out one." Before he could finish, however, the underground where the hospital once stood started to move and shake, and from underneath, multiple high-end Nomu started to appear. "What? No way," Bakugo would say. "But I thought they were all destroyed. How could there still be more of them?" As the Nomu all began their assault, there was one in particular that stood out amongst them. A Nomu with skin fairly blue in what appeared to be golden armor that was melded into its skin. Its piercing red eyes, its wings flapping behind him. It shrieked out to the point where everyone could hear it.
After all this time, I have finally been revived into this world. Goldar lives again. Oh, Rangers, I'm coming for you.
This concludes My Hero Academia, The Psycho Wars, based on the heroes of the Morphing Grid series, What If Deku Was a Power Ranger, Part 14. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video as we begin the specially awaited 4th season of What If Naruto Was in High School DxD Remastered. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. Signing off, and I'll see you next time.